seeing what the bear had done to my granddaughter.
The bear targeted a group of elementary school students and their teachers.
4 are critically injured.
You're hiking a winding trail through the brush. You round a blind corner, and the perspective suddenly halts. 10 feet ahead, a massive bear is standing directly in your path. A grizzly can outrun a human sprinter, even on uneven ground, and both black and brown bears climb trees with ease. Turning to run or scrambling up a trunk doesn't provide an escape. It simply triggers a bear's predatory chase response. Standard safety advice often feels like a blur of contradictions. Play dead in some scenarios, but fight back in others. Make yourself large and loud, or remain quiet and submissive. Surviving the next 60 seconds depends on your ability to interpret a specific form of interspecies communication. You need to read the bear's body language to understand the psychological state behind its movements. Most bears prefer to avoid humans entirely. The most effective survival strategy is communicating your presence early enough that the bear can move away before you ever see it. This map shows how the environment can silence your arrival. If the wind is at your face, your scent is carried behind you rather than toward the trail ahead. Similarly, the acoustic radius of a rushing river drowns out the sound of your approach, creating a high-risk zone for a surprise encounter. Communication also happens through what you leave behind. Wildlife managers distinguish between habituated bears, which have learned to ignore humans, and food-conditioned bears. Food conditioning is a biological training process. When a bear finds a cooler, a dirty grill, or even a tube of toothpaste, it begins to associate human spaces with high-calorie rewards. Once that association is formed, the bear's behavior shifts. It will actively seek out people for food, becoming a lethal threat that wildlife agencies are often forced to destroy. Proactively managing your scent and making noise is the critical first line of dialogue. It ensures the conversation with a bear ends before it starts. The moment you spot a bear, you must diagnose the motivation behind its behavior. A standing bear is rarely a sign of aggression. It is usually a curious bear standing on its hind legs to get a better look or to catch a scent it doesn't recognize. A defensive bear acts because it feels threatened, protecting cubs or, as seen here, defending a high-value food source like a salmon run. Defensive bears provide clear physical warnings. They may huff, stomp the ground, pop their teeth together, or pin their ears flat against their hands. The most dangerous scenario involves the non-defensive or predatory bear. Predatory bears are chillingly calm. They remain silent, keep their ears up, and stay intently focused on you, often circling or approaching with deliberate intent. Correctly identifying these physical cues dictates your response. You are either entering a process of de-escalation or preparing for a physical confrontation. If the bear is defensive, your goal is aggressive de-escalation. Speak in a calm, firm voice. Back away slowly and show the bear you are not a threat to its cubs or its food. For a non-defensive bear, you must assert dominance. Hold your ground, raise your arms to appear as large as possible, and prepare your deterrent. This chart compares the success rates of defense tools in close quarters encounters. EPA-registered bear spray has proven significantly more effective at preventing human injury than firearms, which require a level of precision that is nearly impossible during a high-speed charge. If a defensive brown bear makes contact, play dead. Lie flat, clasp hands behind your neck, and spread your legs. But if a black bear attacks, or the attack becomes predatory, you must fight back aggressively, targeting the eyes and muzzle. To survive contact, your physical reaction must be perfectly calibrated to the bear's intent. Traveling through bear country is a manageable dialogue dictated by specific rules of engagement. Suppressing human panic and keeping a deterrent like bear spray accessible on your hip gives you the ability to control the outcome of that dialogue. There are broader ecological stakes as well. Preventing surprise encounters and managing attractants directly saves the lives of bears that would otherwise be destroyed by wildlife managers. Safe coexistence in the wild requires us to set aside human instincts. Learning the bear's language is the only way to share the landscape responsibly.